Hi there. I think I'm going to talk about the war that's going on with involving Iran. Um, a little sketchy on the entire details about why it's being fought. I believe it's got something to do with nuclear weapons. Iran's trying to get nuclear weapons, although I don't know why this is any different than the last 26 times that Iran tried to get nuclear weapons. Seems to be a standard issue problem there. Basically, the whole gist of the story is that any country that gets a hold of nuclear weapons, it's hard to invade them and hard to deal with them because suddenly they can pull out the nuke card and say, "Hey, we can do this." But ultimately, this time, I don't know. I don't know what the difference is. America's gone to a lot of trouble to try and create a scuffle. It was basically Israel and America allied against the Iranians. And of course, Iran pulled out the little card, the nice little card they can pull out. It's a beautiful little card but called the one straight there, Strait of Hormuz or whatever it is. It was running right next to their coast, so of course nobody can really do anything about them. It's actually rather ironic when you think about it. The whole thing is basically a big ploy, I think, to get a hold of. I don't know. It's kind of an amusing war because honestly, America hasn't made a lot of progress in it. It's been going on for over a month, and they're still fighting the same spot that they were last time. So it's actually rather amusing. And they've gone to a lot of trouble to do all this stuff, and it hasn't really accomplished very much stuff. So it's actually kind of amusing that the United States and Israel are trying to de-teeth Iran, so to speak. Again, I don't know what the difference is between the last 16 times that Iran has tried to get nuclear weapons. Lots of countries have tried to get nuclear weapons over the years. As for countries on the one, there's five countries on the Security Council. All of them have nuclear weapons. The United States, Russia, France, the United Kingdom, and China. Ultimately, Germany and Japan will probably never be on any important councils in their lives. But nonetheless, this is a curious situation. It's caused the oil prices and gas prices to go up quite a bit because, of course, Iran shuts down that strait just long enough and it causes a whole backup of oil tankers both in and out because now suddenly nobody wants to go through that one area. It's actually it's funny because you would think that despite all this effort they could do a little bit more, but no, their hands are really tied in this one because you can't really do very much. And I don't think it's ever going to be. It's amusing as what it does, what it means. So yeah, the United States military is having to deal with this problem, and of course they kind of used up all their high performance equipment on this area because that's the joke is that Iran can do a lot of stuff against this zone. Um, it's basically just a bunch of groupies sitting on a bunch of little islands, and really nobody can do anything about them. There's really nothing you can do. But well, it's turning into a bit of a mess because it is causing world traumatic problems, and of course Iran is basically able to disrupt world oil production and everything else for that matter. So they're causing a bit of a kerfluffle, and of course uh, Donald Trump's in charge of the United States, and so he's able to get executive orders done for this. But honestly, I don't really know precisely why this war started. It seems like a rather random thing that got pulled up. It didn't need to really happen. It's kind of an amusing situation to say the least. Um, I don't know. I don't see. I don't know if it seems to be going on and on and on without any resolution to it. So it's kind of a weird war to be having. Again, I don't know what the difference is between this and the last time Iran tried to get nuclear weapons. It just seems like a random thing now that they're suddenly worried about this. Of course, there's lots of little conspiracies that this is a direct misdirection for the Epstein files because Donald Trump's in the Epstein files, which he is. He's in the Epstein files. But I don't know. It's kind of a confusing war. Do I see a resolution anytime soon? Maybe, but it's just it's definitely disrupted oil resources out of areas. But yeah, don't know, kind of a awkward war.